Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily Gogetemism number 164 for March 18th, 2015. Listen, y'all, I gotta get up out of North Philly. I do. I thought it was gonna be sweet when I moved around here 15 years ago, but things are starting to happen to me that shouldn't be happening, and if I don't get up out of here, then it's gonna be a problem. Like, for example, like ever since I moved down here, I don't know the difference between a crazy person and a person that's talking to themselves on a Bluetooth is anymore. Like if I see somebody talking to themselves, and I mean having a full conversation with themselves or whatever, I'll be looking for the Bluetooth because I'm thinking like, nah, they ain't crazy. They just going through something, trying to analyze their thoughts and things like that. That's not normal. I didn't think like that before I moved down here. Now I'm thinking like that, and I'm thinking that that's a good way to be. So I don't recognize what a crazy person is no more. I used to recognize crazy people all the time. Now for you to be crazy in my mind, you got to be like totally butt naked with nothing but a pair of Timberlands on, dancing in the middle of the street like you on wet. That's what it's taking now. It wasn't like that before I moved to North Philly. I'm from Germantown, a place where it's like upper middle class for some people. They have brick streets and a lot of trees and grass and stuff like that. Not that they don't have that down here, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same mentality. I wanted to film some of the drug dealers that live on my block. I wanted to really show what life is like on my block. I didn't really want to film the drug dealers. I wanted to film just like the people on the block, but the drug dealers are in the way. And I didn't want to film them because I didn't want to dishonor them by making them think that I would make a video with them snitching and the cops might get a hold of them, even though the cops already know what they're doing. I didn't want that on tape, for it to be admissible in court or something like that. So I don't want to dishonor people that are committing crimes, and that's why I got to get out of North Philly because I'm really feeling them. I watched them grow up and graduate to the block, and I like them. I do. I like them. They good friends of mine. And we bust it up every now and then. I don't get high. I don't buy drugs for them, but I make sure that I let them know when the cops are coming and things like that, and I tell them to watch out for themselves, and I ask them how the kids are doing and things like that. I gotta get out of North Philly because that's not no normal thing to be doing. And the block captain that used to be the block captain on this block, may she rest in peace. She was the grandmother of two other drug dealers that lived on the block. So what I'm saying is that she was sort of in cahoots with the crime element, and that's how it is with all the block captains around here in North Philly. You know what I mean? They are down. They are really in tune with the neighborhood for good, bad, or indifferent. And that's why I got to get up out of North Philly. If I don't get out of North Philly ain't never going to get up out of me. I didn't even used to talk like this and express myself with my hands before I moved down to North Philly. Now look at me. I can't stop it. You know what I mean? I graduated from Penn State in 1993 with a Bachelor of Science in Administration of Justice. All of that just to move to North Philly. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe in no bad neighborhoods. I don't. I believe that bad people make neighborhoods worse. And I'm going to stick to that because people on this block are homeowners. They're good people. They really are. But let me tell you what I've seen on this block since I've moved down here. I've seen a shooting every year that I've lived on this block, and that's 15 years. A shooting every year. But I'm quick to tell you, nah, I come from a good block. That's the niggas from around the corner doing that shit. That ain't us. You don't see nobody who live on this block doing that. That's why I got to get up out of North Philly, man. I got to get up out of North Philly. When we have block parties in other neighborhoods, before they have block parties, they go around, they make people sign a petition to make sure that it's okay with the neighborhood. They have to go get the zoning to block off the block and all of that. Not on this block. They just put up some string on both sides of the block and tell somebody to park in front of the block to block it off, and then they set up their grills and the DJ and the music and all of that and get busy. I got to get up out of North Philly because I'm thinking that's a pretty cool thing to be able to do. We're taking control even though we're violating. I got to get up out of North Philly. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It's crazy. It really, really, really is crazy. Like, the drug boys around here have humanitarian, or should I say humane interests. So the little stray cats from around here, if a stray cat has a litter of kittens, they will feed all of the kittens. the food from the Chinese restaurant or whatever, chicken wings, shrimp fried rice, that kind of stuff. They make sure that the cats eat. We don't have stray dogs around here, but they make sure that the cats eat. So there's no incentive for cats to, I don't know, find a home, have a family. It's crazy. I gotta get up out of North Philly. I really do. Like, and I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like this neighborhood. I kind of like North Philly because my justification for moving down here was that it's real. The people down here are real. They're genuine. They're not faking the funk. They're not trying to be something that they really not. But I found out that was wrong. I still see girls with weave. I still see girls with all kinds of crazy stuff on their face. That ain't real. They wearing them big high stilettos. They're not really that tall. What? It's real. And the dudes around here, they riding around and wearing stuff that they can't really afford and driving things that they can't really afford to drive in and stuff like that. That's not real. Some people look like living a lot. And it gets worse. It gets worse because, like I said, I'm making justification for all of this stuff. And like, listen, when I moved down here, all of my brothers and sisters have made it up out of the hood. And as they was making it up out of the hood, I'm moving right into the hood. And like, I'll tell people in a minute, they ask me where I live at, I'll be like North Philly. And I'll be saying that shit like I'm proud of it. Like, yeah, I live in North Philly. What? So other people, they from out in the burbs, they from the main line, Montgomery County, Bucks, or Chester County, whatever, Delaware County, and I'm down here in North Philly. I'm not saying that it's a reflection on my socioeconomic status or anything like that, because you can live wherever you want to live, and there are people down here who got a couple of dollars and that work every day and that take care of their families. I'm not saying that they don't, but the thing is, I should have better. And I should get a GoFundMe account. Can y'all set me up a GoFundMe account? I call it iBeg. These iBeg accounts are really, really popular nowadays. They're supposed to be for people who have fallen on hardships or to get scholarships for kids and stuff like that. So you are summoning the internet to it's sort of like using the village in order to help out. But what it's really coming down to is people are asking for crazy stuff. Like Creflo Dollar is asking for $65 million for a new plane. So why can't Sun 752 Omar McIntyre, set up an iBeg account so I can just like get a crib in Mount Airy or something like that? I don't want to move to none of the other Phillies like North Philly. I mean like West Philly, Southwest Philly. None of that. I'd rather stay in North Philly. But y'all can get me like in Germantown, Mount Airy, West Oak Lane, or Chestnut Hill. I appreciate it. You got me? Make sure y'all check out the Urban Therapy with Sun show tonight. Yo, the show is called Couldn't Keep His. The show is called Couldn't Keep It in His Pants. She couldn't keep her legs closed. So we're gonna be talking about people who were promiscuous when they were younger and how that affects them today. Like the babies that came out of promiscuous behavior, are they of a less value than babies who came out of a more structured moral circumstance like marriage or something like that? And have people who were promiscuous, have they learned more about the opposite sex or whatever, because of their continuous liaison sexually than people who had more monogamous relationships? It's going to be a very, very deep show. We're not going to get on there and try to analyze dogs and hoes and all of that kind of stuff, but we're going to really find out, because we've all probably done something sexually in our past that we're not that proud of. But how did we get past that and have the people who really went far with it, but are they able to get past it? Or do they have to carry the label of being a dog and a hoe for the rest of their lives? So we're going to really get into that, you know what I mean? Were promiscuous women looking for love or Well, they more like Nola Darling, and she's gotta have it. So we're gonna get into it. So make sure y'all check it out. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Call in number is 347-677-1533. 8:30 p.m. till around 10ish. And the reason that we say 10ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a hump day. And it is hump day, and the show has been so blazing for like the past few months that you gotta check this shit out. If you check it out once, you'll love it, and you'll be back again. We're just tackling things that need to be talked about. It's not even just about sex. Anyway, good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go to my GoFundMe I Beg account and put me a couple of dollars in there, man. Give me a crib in Mount Airy, Germantown, historic Germantown, on the west side, not on the east side. Yeah. Holler at y'all tomorrow for Daily Gogetemism 165 Peace. I gotta get up out of North Philly, word.